Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel ML for Analytics. I am Jyoti and today we will be covering dates YTD in Power BI. We will be exploring the dates YTD function, which is a time intelligence function in Power BI, and how it is implemented. The same behavior of dates YTD is implemented by using simple, or you can say basic time intelligence, basic functions in Power BI, not just time intelligence function. So let's start doing so. Before proceeding further, let's first know what dates YTD does, what its parameter are, what it returns. So dates YTD has two parameters. The first one is actually set of dates. So in the first argument you can pass a column, a date column, or you can pass a table which is having just one column, which is a date column. So basically the data type of the values present in that column should be of date or date time. So and also the column should be having unique values. The second argument is actually the year end date. So whatever fiscal year you are considering, you are going to pass the year end date over here. So suppose you are actually using the fiscal year of April to March. So in that particular case, the end date is going to be 31st March. So what it returns? So this dates YTD returns a set of dates, or you can say a table, in the year up to the last date visible in the filter context. So today the date is actually 19th October 2021. So this dates YTD, if I am using it for today's date, it is going to return me a set of dates, a table having all the dates starting from 1st January 2021 to 19th October 2021. So the dates are going to belong to the same year, which is the current which is the date corresponding to the current filter context. So starting the first day obviously of an year is going to be 1st January, and then whatever date is there in current filter context, the table is going to have the dates between them. Now, uh, coming to our scenario, we have different columns over here. As you can see, we have year, month, number over here. Then we have year, month over here. Then we have sales amount. Now, sales amount is actually this measure. So in this particular case, I am using again Contoso database provided by Microsoft. What I'm doing is I'm using the fact sales table of Contoso. I am iterating over fact sales, and then I am actually summing, I am running the sum over sales amount column of fact sales. So this is my sales amount measure. Now I have to calculate sales amount YTD, I am going to jump to my first measure. So in this measure, I am going to cover the scenario where I will be calculating the year-to-date sum using basic functions of DAX. Now over here, as you can see, I have created a variable which is last visible date, and what I'm doing is I'm actually going to get the maximum out of the date column of calendar 5. So if the current filter context is of October 2007, then the max date is going to be obviously 31st October 2007 in this case. Now I am creating a second variable which is current year. For that, I am extracting the year of last visible date. So Obviously, for October 2007, the current year is going to become 2007. Now I have created the third variable, which is set of dates. What I'm doing is I'm using filter function of DAX over here. In this first argument of filter function, I am passing calendar 5 over here and I am applying all over here. So all actually removes all the outer as well as inner filter context from calendar 5 table. And then what I'm going to do is I am ANDing and I'm in AND function I'm having two conditions. So first is that all the dates of calendar 5 should be less than or equal to last visible date. So for October 2007, it is going to capture all the dates which are less than or equal to 31st October 2007. And the year of this date column, it is going to capture all the dates which are satisfying this condition also. So year of this date, it is going to be equal to current year. So it is going to fetch all the date values which have year corresponding to 2007. So for October 2007, what is going to happen is that this particular filter, this particular set of dates variable is going to contain a table which has date values starting from 1st January 2007 and ending on October, that is 31st October 2007. So this becomes the year to date or YTD calculation over here. And then what it is going to return? It is going to return this. So I am applying calculate on sales amount over here, and the filter modifier which I am passing is set of dates. So it is going to sum up the sales amount for all the dates which belong to this set of dates table, this particular variable over here. So as you can see now, for January, the sales amount is just this particular value. So it is actually 2,698,35263, or you can say 26 crores 98 lakhs 35,263 point something. For February, it is 29 crores 82 lakhs 15,968. For sales YTD, what is going to happen is for January, the amount is going to be the same. For February, it is going to be equal to the sales amount of January plus February. So the sales amount of January is going to be summed up with sales amount of February. For March, it is going to be equal to the sum of sales amount corresponding to January, February, and March, and so on till it reaches the end. Now, in this particular implementation, we have studied the implementation of like how to find year to date sum using basic DAX functions. Now, I am going to cover I am going to use a dates YTD function in this case. The same thing that we have achieved in sales amount YTD measure can be achieved by using dates YTD function, which is a time intelligence function. And what you have to do in this particular case, you are going to make use of calculate in this case. The first parameter of calculate is going to be sales amount variable, and the second one is going to be dates YTD function, in which you are going to pass the date column. That's it. So using time intelligence function is helping us in saving time as well as effort. So because dates YTD is going to return the same table which was returned by this filter argument over here. So it actually saves the time. Now, in this particular case, I am going to cover one more thing, that is the second argument of dates YTD, which is year end date. So, whatever the default year end date for all time intelligence functions is 31st December. So all time intelligence functions, they actually prefer calendar year, that is January to December, as the preferred year. But if for some guys the choice of year is different, the choice of fiscal year is different, then they can actually pass year and date over here. So like I have done over here. So I have done the same calculation, but over here I am considering July to June as my fiscal year. So in this particular case, I have passed 30th June over here. So the first two digits belong to mm, that is month, then dash, then these two digits, they belong to dd, that is the day of the month. So guys, with this I end this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, you found this informative. If this is so, then please like this video, share this video, and if you have anything in your mind, any question in your mind, then please comment. And also, if you like it, then please share this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.